Top Lobster Productions.
What does God look like? What do you see?
We're solar-powered biological AI.
Wait, what?
These ancient adversarial entities, I think it's the very same ones that rebelled against God and were cast out.
They were sent here to guide us in antiquity, and they took advantage of that and just masqueraded as gods. What's going on, everybody? Good evening and welcome back to the Greypilled Podcast. I am your host, Jules, the Mississippi Mystic, the sound scientist, the Elohim etymologist, the cryptid watcher, the many titles. With me this evening is a long-awaited guest, someone who I've been in contact with for a while. We've been meaning to make a show happen. It didn't happen. We kind of lost contact for some months, and then I made a Calendly, and Rob was able to book with me with the on a schedule directly. So, guys, without further ado, we are joined tonight by Rob from BlaQlabs. Rob, what's going on, man?
Hey, no, just appreciative that we finally got together, Jules, and it's good to see you. And things are as crazy as ever. Of course, when we first tried to have this little get together yesterday, ended up with some huge storm move in, and then my internet connection cut out. So
Stuck in traffic as well. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
No, I get it.
I was right down the street. That's what killed me. I'm like, I'm right there. I can see my place. What's going on?
It actually worked out because my wife, she was still working, or she had to go run an errand, and I had to go pick my daughter up. So it actually worked out perfectly.
Oh man,
so I would have been like rushing and probably late. And like I said, there's a few shows that happen on Tuesday nights anyway. So we get more people in the audience tonight.
Bitching.
Yeah, man.
And as you can see in the background here, one reason why I'm so crazy is because you could see just going from left to right here. I guess this would be right to left to you. So here we've got body kits for an AE86. I've got two of them I'm building in the back. We got fenders over here. We've got a rear bumper over here. We've got
your workshop.
Yeah, we've got an alien over here over my shoulder.
Nice.
He's probably causing trouble. And then we've got a big router machine right there. It looks like the giant fishbowl, if you could see that.
Okay.
That the
okay.
alien's on top of. So it's an enclosure.
I see him now. He's chilling, dude.
Yeah.
It looks like one of the ones they found down in South America that they tried to tell us all were real.
Oh, yeah. It would look like a failed homunculus experiment or something, right? It did, didn't it? The Atacama looked
homunculus.
Like it kind of. Well, but we're going to play into that here when we start talking about zombies, because
It's a good name for a song.
Dude, there was CIA documents back in the early 70s, right around the time when they were doing the Church Commission, when they were basically investigating the CIA and tell them, hey, you need to cut this shit out. It's gone too far. Right around that time, there is some talk of basically the vessel and occupying the vessel in a way to basically move the MK Ultra project forward, which has got some spooky correlations. They're actually talking about potential spiritual possession and things like that.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, that's one thing I think that we were going to one of many things we were going to get into tonight. MK Ultra Zombies, Twin Peaks. You had mentioned, man, a few things, but when you mentioned Twin Peaks, you get me going. Not going to get gay or anything, guys. Y'all know how I feel about Twin Peaks. It's my
Where's Destiny?
favorite show.
Let's bring
Well,
Destiny on.
I'm a big fan of Lynch, so
Me too. Yeah.
and now everyone who's a member of my Patreon was, they're kind of forced to be. Well, I mean, they don't have to show up, but they usually do. Guys, before we get started, if y'all want to repost the stream, share it, like it, and you can go over, follow Rob at BlaQlabs Rob on Twitter, and I'll put your info in the details.
Cool, man. Thank you.
In the description. Yes, sir.
I broke 700 today. Yes.
Wait, what's up?
My shit talking has paid off finally.
What happened? 700 what?
I broke 700 followers.
Oh,
organically.
Nice,
organically.
Well,
That doesn't include those are real people.
That's what it's all about, bro. That's what it's all about. You can filter out all the bots and everything. I mean, I've never really understood people who pay for followers, but then again, I think anything should happen organically.
Absolutely.
Do it yourself.
Why can't we get AI to filter out the bots if it's so smart? What's the problem here?
Right. Well, I'm sure they'll be getting a lot smarter. Guys, also, if you want to support the show, you can go over to patreon.com/greypilledpodcast. I do have stickers. Thank you, Q. Also have a whole catalog of basically like Patreon only content, not released to the public. Esoteric book review we do every Saturday morning with Season of the Rat, Nick from Occult Rejects, and Subliminal Messenger. We do watch parties over there. We're about to have some guests on for some Patreon only episodes, and sticker packs. You get sticker packs, you get links to private chats and Discords and all that fun stuff. You get to hang out. You get access to the inner gray-pilled circle. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but just the tips. I don't know what y'all are talking. Suck the tips. Okay, free the nips. There we go. All right. Yeah, not a little too early for that, Scott. I have to maybe put a rumble rant in there to wet my whistle. Anyway, so tell me, Rob, what is BlaQlabs? And I mean, I know it's your brand. When did you start it, and what is it?
Basically, it started in 2005 as kind of a joke because I had a black guy named Rob, and then there's a white guy named Rob, and one of the
you told me about your
so that's part of it, right? But the other thing that fit too was the fact that I have a military intelligence background, and I was also involved in nukes. Very rare to come across somebody who's done both in their military career.
Wait. So you can attest that nukes aren't fake and gay?
I will say they cross-dress, but they don't cut off their wiener. If that makes sense.
Okay. So they're real, but they're not what we are presented with. Okay.
Right.
So kind of like everything, right? Like, well, not everything, but everything that, we have to question like that.
Well,
it's never really 100%.
And it's as much of a psyop as it is a real weapon. So it's about 50-50 when you look at it, Black Lodge Rob. Don't get me started on that.
Your nickname is Black Lodge Rob.
I
got to invite you to the next few streams I do, man.
I was going to try and get on Sunday. But
dude, send me a message, man. Fuck.
All right.
If I would have known, see, this is the thing. I let everyone know like a year ago. I was like, hey guys, I'm going to be doing a Twin Peaks watch party. I know I've been talking about it since I started Grey Pilled, but it's happening. And now people are starting to be like, man, I actually really need to watch Twin Peaks. I should have watched Twin Peaks when you started. I'm like, dude, I mean, if enough people come to me with it, we can go back and do it again.
I think we should. Honestly, it's that good, but it's also that difficult to understand.
You join me for them as well as maybe some other guest or something?
Yeah. I could probably get a couple other people in on it because
I'm with it. If there's some like some Lynch super fans or some Twin Peaks folks, I'm with it.
New Mexico, it's a big deal here. It's the weirdest shit. You'll see somebody who is like totally Vato and shit, and they'll be all about Twin Peaks, and you're like, I didn't see that coming.
Incredible.
Yeah, you're like, what? I thought this, because Twin Peaks kind of is a white thing, right? Let's be honest. I mean,
It's
white
absolutely a
it's
white.
heavy white coated.
I mean, you have what? I mean, you got a couple black guys in, like literally in the Black Lodge.
Native Americans. That's kind of the crossover for here, I think.
Right. I mean, it's just in that part of the country where there's not too many blacks. I mean,
yeah,
they've never been a big fan of mountains or hiking or the forest.
Deserts.
It's kind of white folks things.
Deserts, dirt.
Right. Well, that too. Speaking of season 3, and you bring up nukes and all that. That's we can get into that. But so BlaQlabs was basically the name came from the whole Black Rob thing.
It tied into that, but it also was kind of a double entendre because of my background when I was in the military. And by the way, I got thrown out, so I'm one of the good guys. Okay, I got thrown out.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you. It was
I
very
tell
fun.
everybody that, even though they're like, "Hey, please don't tell me that." I'm like, "Thank you for your service."
No, I appreciate it. It was fun. Thank you for paying your taxes so I could go be a dumbass. That was amazing.
So I go blow shit up.
I could blow shit up. I could learn about sexual stuff from people who don't speak English. It was great.
Rob, what is this? Like, whoa.
I don't know
mean,
what that's
JC,
from. People have been doing that lately to me.
If we have any requests, how.
Did I? Oh, I can't play it now because I don't have the system tied in like that.
Yeah, guys, it was either he have the system in or lag on his audio, like a bad lag. Like y'all would have been like, "Fuck this, I'm turning the show off," because we were still going to go live anyway. I don't care. We'd have put it out on audio. Spotify,
I did it on NDS, and I had the system hooked up, and it was just fine. I don't know what happened since the last month.
We'll try next time, and because like I said, I could have remade the stream on StreamYard. But you were like, don't fuck with that. That's not the problem.
No, it's all on my end. And, also too, it probably ties into a little bit that I'm still using the old Comcast connection. So, but so check this out. So BlaQlabs came in because when people would come to the shop, they would ask for Rob and everyone would come and get me. And they're like, no, where's the black guy? So that was the guy who was working for me. Right. And I was like, why fight it? He's Black Rob, I'm Cracker Rob, and if you remember Chicken George from Roots, well, that was Chicken George. So I was Cracker Rob. So that's kind of how we did it. We did it like a Roots thing.
Wait,
making fun of Roots.
You really called the guy Chicken George?
No, there was a guy named Chicken George in Roots.
Oh, I thought you were saying you started calling
No, because his name's Rob too. So he is Black Rob. I'm Cracker Rob, and then everybody knows what's going on. So that was part of it. And then it kind of I retired the name when I left Tucson, Arizona, and then when I came out here to work at Intel at the chip manufacturing, and then finally jumped over to my dream job, which was working at Los Alamos. I was like, I had a little problem at Los Alamos. If y'all didn't know,
what were you when you worked there?
I was a engineering technologist, basically doing data acquisition for a linear accelerator where we're basically doing nuclear experiments.
Wow. And how long did you keep that job for?
Only about a year because I whistle blew on some shit and it ended up sounding like kind of related to Epstein. And that's how I got into the Epstein thing because I wasn't even following that at the time. That was like 2017. I didn't even know anything about that.
Whatever happened there.
Speaking of which, I had debated about trying to get on one of Kappy's buddies and have him come on with me today to kind of talk about that. Yeah. So one of my best friends out here was one of the guys who was trying to get Kappy back out here so they could protect him. It was about a group of about 6 guys who owned property out in the middle of nowhere that were going to try and hide him when he was driving from California. This is where he was coming. He was coming to Albuquerque. No one talks about that.
He was driving through the desert when it happened, right?
That's right. Yeah. He was on our way. He's on his way to here. And it's
to your buddy.
No, Kappy. Kappy was
I was saying he was on the way to your buddy.
yes, yeah, and they had set up a very secretive little group in an effort to, if they had to, they wanted to be able to move him around in that to make sure no one can get a hold of him and kind of buy some time and maybe get him on a few podcasts, etc. In the meantime, because as we all know, the last thing, well, it used to be like this. The last thing they wanted is people to be public and then have to assassinate them or something. But apparently now with Charlie Kirk, they don't care. So we're beyond that. But at the time, it was still a way to stay safe, is by being public. So I ended up going out there to Los Alamos, and of course we're doing some of the projects out there are black projects. So I resurrected the name, and oddly enough, I ended up getting Sheriff Lujan put in jail for 3 years for interfering with an investigation, I think it was, and also, too, this Sheriff Lujan that I'm talking about is the same one that used to go out with Linda Moulton Howe and would go to these different sites like near Dulce and such. He's all over on the documentaries. You'll see him pop up here and there. And then Linda Moulton Howe called me about it. This is funny. Linda Moulton Howe calls me about this, wants to know what's going on. I tell her, and she goes completely silent on the phone. Now, this is a woman who talks for a living. I don't know. You know who she is?
I know exactly who she is. Yeah.
She goes completely dead silent. And she says, well, I guess we don't have anything to talk about anymore. And I was like,
oh, damn.
Well, yeah. One of my coworkers was, he owned a huge, not really that huge, but a trailer park, right? And he would act very erratic at work and stuff like that. And everyone just says, oh, just stay away from him. But, once you tell me to stay away from somebody, guess who I'm going to hang out with? I don't work that way. You can't tell me. You're like, don't hang around with this person. They're bad. And I'm like, I already don't believe you now because,
right.
Most people aren't bad. And if he was that bad, why the hell is he here? That's my next question. We're all supposed to have Department of Energy Q clearances, here to be able to work here. And you're going to tell me some shit about I can't hang out with this person. So which is it? I mean, is he that messed up that he shouldn't be here? And if so, okay, but he's here. So, I'm not going to, and he was helpful. Generally speaking, he's a pretty solid guy. He ran for mayor of Espanola, which oddly enough is like the drug capital of the world. A lot of people don't realize that. That's where all the fentanyl and everything gets dropped off and then distributed through the western states. There's a lot of little airstrips and airports and things like that a lot of people don't even know about. And a lot of them are adjacent to and or on a Indian reservation. So the feds and the local government doesn't have any jurisdiction for what comes and goes. So, and his trailer park is adjacent one of those airfields. So how this all started is I started asking questions about kind of a suspicious death that happened right before I got there with a couple of our managers. And it just didn't make sense to me. And, I'm kind of conspiratorial and I don't let shit go. And I pissed off a lot of people. And then things just like cascaded. It went into a big snowball effect. They reopened the investigation with the FAA and everything. So it got hairy. A lot of people felt the heat. So then they started doing dumb shit. And that's how you ended up with nearly having a shootout with the Espanola police, between the Espanola police and Sheriff Lujan, who was on site trying to stop the Espanola police force from arresting Phil Chacon. And I had to talk with Department of Energy in Washington, D.C. and have interviews with them, and then the FBI, of course, at the time.
So you worked for the Department of Energy?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's where it came from. So it's kind of like I ran into some kind of black ops stuff. So I resurrected the BlaQlabs name, and then I just kind of rolled with it because it fit for the podcast. Because the reason I went into podcasting was because they kept throwing the case. The judges kept letting him go, and I was like, oh shit, I need to get public kind of quick here. because
Well,
I don't know which way this is going to go.
yeah,
you
and if
know?
you're going to be a whistleblower on something, dude, like
Right.
starting a podcast would be the ultimate like W,
That's exactly what I
because
did.
well,
Yeah.
I mean, it's one way of securing your safety, your life, right? Because you're starting like this community and you're talking to these people on a weekly, maybe sometimes daily basis,
Yeah.
by week, so they're kind of keeping up with you, and you're not just coming out, blowing the whistle, and then going back in the shadows to have your throat cut. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Uh,
That happens a lot. And dude,
yeah.
the other thing too is I couldn't get a job to save my life. I was so blacklisted that it was just out of control, man. I mean, it was just nuts. I even had people who weren't involved in the situation at Los Alamos that I knew around town. I am wearing a do-rag, kind of. It's a white person's do-rag. So there was even people around town who didn't know this, who were not intimately involved in the situation, who were like, "Oh, I heard stuff about you. How did you hear anything about me? That happened 80 miles north of here, and you don't have a clearance. How are you hearing about this shit?" But that's how small the community is here. And that's, it's a good thing in a way, but in another way, it's kind of a problem. Now everybody's warmed up to me, because originally everyone was going around saying I was schizophrenic. I made the whole story up, the whole 9 yards. Or I was a Fed plant or whatever. And I'm like, I want the paycheck. Can I have that Fed paycheck? I want that. I would like the 401k. Thank you, please.
Yeah, dude.
But
give me that
ain't
Mossad
happening.
money.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Well, so I was like, everybody knew, like in a flash, because, Sheriff Lujan was pretty popular, and I probably need to start podcasting a lot more now.
Lujan. Can I look this guy up?
Go ahead and look it up. You'll see the whole case. I think they're about, Lujan, Lujan, basically.
James Lujan is a former Rio Arriba County, New Mexico sheriff who was convicted and sentenced to 3 years in prison in 2021 for harboring a felon and intimidating a witness in connection with helping a friend evade police in 2017.
Yep. That's how I lost my job.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Once that incident happened, I was completely blacklisted. But here's what's funny. I had started asking questions around the at Los Alamos National Labs earlier than that, and I went to a few people, and they actually had their first layoff they had in 30 years just to get me out of there. They just wanted to be able to ignore it, because there is a thing called maybe it's something to the effect of like a not detrimental reliance. It's kind of like employee endangerment.
Yeah.
Because they knew this guy was unstable. He had been in and out of the mental hospital more than a few times. They took away his clearance. They still had him working with us, and that's when I started poking, because I can't help myself. I got problems. Reggae horns.
Funny, Jeff. Funny.
What is reggae horns? Where are the reggae horns? I don't see. I don't have any of those. I need those. I can get those.
You can
My
play
buddy
some
actually
specials or something. I don't know. I can download some. I can download an MP3, guys.
There you go. My buddy actually plays saxophone for Scapone. If anybody's into ska music, by the way, my buddy Jason.
Some ska. Look, I like ska for what it is. I grew up playing hardcore, so I like more, fast and heavy stuff.
Yeah.
But I do like dub music.
Me too. Yeah.
Big fan of dub, like old Sublime, like their mixtapes. The Scientist, who, if anyone remembers Grand Theft Auto 3, the whole reggae station, that's the Scientist versus the World or something. Here, let me find it.
You listen to any Stickman or any of that?
Stickman, I haven't. No.
So just as an aside, the guy who's AE86 I'm working on back here, he was the one who used to let Sublime, Brady Knoll and the rest of them play, and he had a giant backyard in California. He used to let them play at his place.
Really?
Yeah. Small world, man.
This is it right here. Hold on. Let me Dude, that's awesome. I bet that'd have been. Did you ever see them when they were in their heyday?
No. They, I was too busy. I was in the Army when they first came out, and then
This is the guy.
I was taking a lot of school, like doing 18, 20 credit hours a semester trying to get through school. So
Scientist rids the world of the evil curse of the vampires. Everybody, this fucks pretty hard if you like dub music.
I need to check that out. I haven't listened.
Yeah,
to
it's
that one.
awesome, dude. It's awesome. He has a lot of like these mixtapes, and they're from like the 80s and 70s and stuff. So it's really cool. Yeah.
So there's a very long, convoluted answer, but there you go. It's multifaceted.
Right. So Kappy, I mean, he was hit with a direct energy weapon. Uh-oh.
Huh.
Hold on.
Well,
There we go. I thought you were freezing up for a second.
no, because I thought I was the only person who's ever brought that. I rarely bring that up. Man.
What?
That he might have been hit with directed energy weapons. That was why he was getting so scrambled towards the end.
Well, he said he was hearing voices and stuff, but
Yes. Yeah.
what's up, Will? Meaty. Yeah, shout out Valkyrie. Wish you were here about. Yeah, no. Okay, so there was a chick with him, right?
When he passed?
Yeah. Because I remember in real time him on his lives. Like I had just woken up, dude. Like fresh out of rehab, like woke, like looking into the Rothschilds and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
Symbolism and when he died, man, that seeing like
It was a
post
gut
from
shot.
Tom Hanks
It was a gut shot, big
and
time, man.
all that weird stuff. Well, now I'm thinking it was a ritual.
Yeah.
It was a ritual sacrifice, and I mean he was killed in the desert, right?
Mhm.
So who's not to say some miles away they were conjuring up some entity, to receive this sacrifice.
That brings me to the point with Charlie Kirk. Everyone's asking why they dug up all the dirt underneath where he had passed. And it's because they didn't want these covens who had already threatened to go get that dirt, because they wanted to use it to manipulate and cast spells against his wife and the other people that were
His
around him in
kids.
TPUSA. People don't realize that. People don't think like they do.
Well, yeah, no, there are those TikTok witches, and I've been talking about making a meme of like on one side the TikTok witches with like this image or of Hecate,
Yeah.
like kind of behind them,
Mhm.
and then because they're always trying to like curse Trump or whatever, and then Trump on the other side of the meme with like L and like fucking I don't know, some like a few a few like greater deities behind him, right?
Yeah.
Because people think it's just funny to me. Even Marina Abramovic called him the greatest magician to ever live. So
Well, yeah,
it's funny
that's
that
right.
these TikTok witches think their curses are doing anything to him.
I think it's causing some chaos, but it's not working any way that they
Dude,
think.
he's already like the chaos magician.
That's right.
He's
You can't-
already trying to bring all this order out of chaos.
Right. You just fuel him up. You just basically power him up.
Basically, yeah.
So, the thing that gets me right now is that with the Kappy thing is they said that he forced himself off the bridge. Who are you fighting with that you're forcing? So there was one thought in my head about the fact that maybe somebody was in some kind of invisibility cloak or something. Oh,
Yo, Jeff,
dude, you don't want to go there. So my boss, my female boss, her son died at 18 under mysterious circumstances. And that's ritualistic in the cartels. I don't know if anybody knows that. and she had a Santa de Muerte that looked like that was like morphed into a unicorn.
Wait, what?
You heard me. Yeah.
Did you just say unicorn?
She had a big unicorn on her back that was morphed into a Santa de Muerte. It's the wildest thing. There you go. Her whole office looked like Halloween. Had all kinds of like altars and shit in it. All year round. It was the damnedest thing, man. I was like, what the hell did I get myself into with this bullshit? This is Los Alamos? Really? Is this even serious? Like, what is going on here?
Did you recognize anything?
Yes, I
anything
did.
stick
I
out to you?
absolutely did. But you can't say shit there, dude, because you're basically on probation infinitely. Okay? They don't have to play by the rules. They've got some kind of cutout where they can abuse the shit out of their people because it's under the auspices of secrecy. So they could do whatever they want.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, back to the invisibility cloak. I didn't want to take you off track.
Chameleon. Read Chameleon, and I've run across this project when I was working for Raytheon a few times, and in what was the other company I worked for? General Dynamics. It pops up every so often where they're trying to make an invisibility cloak that basically it's basically taking the light from one side and then reflecting it around the back using terahertz waves, which is a key point to get that type of technology to work. Well, they just cracked that open in about 2014. So they have tanks that basically can make themselves effectively invisible. They've got many different methods.
Fucking knew it.
Yeah.
I knew it. How does this pertain to the unicorn?
Well, no, this is going back to Kappy. The unicorn
Okay.
and the Santa de Muerte merged together on her back. She was like showing people, and I'm like,
at Los Alamos.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm like, we just pull out titties and let people look at our back, like in the middle of every. This is fine. This is fine. You know,
It's just no one ever has brought up a unicorn on their show before, so I was just like,
how about one merged with Santa de Muerte? How do you even do that? It's like
I'm gonna look into that. I have a couple buddies I can ask about that, see what's up, get back to you on that. That's very, very strange tattoo though.
Oh, and the de Muerte had butterfly wings. It did not have the tattered bat wings. It had butterfly wings.
Well,
So it was almost like she's mixing a bunch of different genres, a bunch of different.
Some mystery schools do that, man. They like grab a group of, they take like a few deities from one, from one pantheon and a few from another. And sometimes it's like, the same archetype or whatever. And it's, I don't know.
Monarch wings.
Can't explain it.
It actually had monarch wings. And that's when I was like, whoa, we're into some weird shit now. I don't even know I just happened to glance over. I didn't want to
She's running shit, then perhaps, I mean, that's a huge possibility that she is under or running even running a monarch program, like on the side. Who knows?
About that, I found out that the highest conviction rate for pedophiles per capita in any town in the United States is Los Alamos, New Mexico.
Really?
Yes, sir. We had beds and bedrooms set up in tunnels, in maintenance tunnels, and I've run across them. That was actually the first time I think I've ever got into it with management. I was like, what is this doing here? There's like literally, there's a bedroom here. Why is there a bedroom here? We're 50 feet 100 feet underground.
You think it was for children? You don't think it was for some like being?
Whoa. If you're gonna, let's put it this way.
Let's
go back to Twin Peaks. Okay.
Oh, hold on. Say that again.
Let's go back to Twin Peaks real quick. So if you're going to bring something from the other side, where would you want to do it? You don't have a nuclear bomb this time, not like in Twin Peaks. Let's say you do it where there's a linear accelerator, like there is in CERN, like the one that Los Alamos has.
Oh, you're okay. I'm talking about if you have the means. I mean, yeah, you're going to use something like that. I mean, that's you talking about the Large Hadron Collider?
Yeah, we have basically a small version, early version of it from the 1970s that I
There's
worked
one in
at.
Oak Ridge, Tennessee.
That's
It's
right.
Oak Ridge, right?
Yeah, yeah. Oak
Okay.
Ridge, Fermi over in Illinois has one.
Because
And it was supposed to be
my
a really
mom
big,
says that there's weird energy there. After I
big
brought it
time.
up to her, she was like, now that you say that, it's not the same as it used to be.
Does she
There's a
work at
weird.
Oak Ridge, or what was the deal?
She lives in Knoxville.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like down the
yeah,
street. Yeah.
yeah.
So I used to test the depleted uranium rounds that came from there. That was my job on the test range back in the late 90s. So, and they weren't so depleted. They were supposed to be depleted uranium. I used to call them not so depleted uranium. That shit would rock the Geiger like crazy. It would just peg it. I'm like, okay, I guess this is just what we're going to do, huh? So,
Dude, so that existed then in the late 90s?
what the
Hadron Collider.
No, there are all types of linear particle accelerators.
Okay.
So this
I
one
thought you
here
were
in New
talking about
Mexico.
all right.
Yeah, the one in New Mexico was built in the 70s, and the first one I
Okay.
think was built in like maybe the 40s. I don't remember
You
the
were
history.
just saying that you had tested stuff from that one
Yes,
particular one.
Right,
Okay,
from Oak
okay.
Ridge.
But they existed before Oak Ridge, obviously.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And
Stupid question.
And it's funny too. Here's another interesting point. So let's talk about tulpas, and let's get into
Let's talk about tulpas, dude.
energies.
You
Let's
said
get
the
into
magic
distributing
word.
energies. Okay. Now, there's a thought that perhaps the COVID vaccine, it may have a spiritual contingent to it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We can agree. A lot of people don't act right after they got it. Like
Right.
they even complained about it. A lot of people said, I don't hear the crosstalk in my head anymore. I don't think things through. I don't hear the voice. Right. I don't have the spark. A lot of people seem like they gave up after they got the shot also. A lot of people lost their empathy. Like we're seeing people now, this ties into the zombies. I know it's kind of convoluted, but try and stick with me as much as you can.
I'm with you.
So here's another interesting point. What if cancer is actually not necessarily your body fighting off, say, a virus? Because we all question viruses now. After COVID, I think we can all say that.
Well, yeah. You got to question even more than you did before. I
That's
mean,
what I mean. Yeah.
dude, COVID was another level of waking up for me.
Yeah.
Learning more about the psyops and all the stuff that they put on us. I mean, I have seen, in a way, people are also more docile, right? They're less quick to jump to question something. Or
I think it's a combination of both. And here's the thing, maybe they're programmable now, and that's what we are noticing, is that they have an on-off switch now. They either go, very NPC-like. Okay, so here's an interesting point. At one time so again, tying back into the ideas behind Twin Peaks, at one point in time in 1987, there was an incident where there was a prophetic urn that just showed up on the property of the linear accelerator at Los Alamos. And it had a feather from a bird that is only found in one very small part of South America. Okay. And the locals actually fought the Department of Energy and Department of Defense to regain control of that urn because it was prophetic. It matched all their prophecies, right?
Yeah.
And it literally just appeared. They looked through all the security camera footage and everything, nothing. It literally just is there one day. So they've never been able to figure out how it got there. But for some reason, the president and the Supreme Court stepped in and told Like, it shouldn't be a big deal. It's an urn. It's an urn. Okay, it's not a big deal. With a feather in it. That's it. Okay? They actually put it under the auspices of national defense and said, we can't give this back to you.
What
Kinda
else was
wild.
in it? There had to be something else in it besides
No,
a
that was
feather.
it. That was it. The people that found it saw what was in it.
So if you have possession of this urn, are you able to access portals or openings to another place? Is that what you were
That's
talking
part
about?
of-
Like
that's
back
part
to
of the
Twin
lore.
Peaks, or
Yeah, that's
because
part of the lore, and that's how it ties into what happens with Twin Peaks.
well, I mean that's
when
the
they
whole
drop
idea.
the nuke.
Yeah, well, I mean the nuke is one thing. I mean, whenever they drop it in the desert, you see an entity created, which we know is Judy, right?
Yeah.
And out of her comes this ectoplasm, and in that you see the thought manifestation of Bob, right?
Yes.
So Bob comes from this horrible event in the desert. Now, that bug in season 3, whenever this scene is happening, there's a bug that I guess comes out of the explosion. I think it's the physical manifestation of Judy, the entity.
Or it could be a messenger. So
Right. Well, it crawls into that little girl's mouth who's sleeping. Who's
Right.
that little girl? Is that Sarah Palmer?
I can't tell if, I mean, that
Is that
would
her
be-
as a little girl? I think it may be.
that would be the obvious conclusion, but I think there may be another level to that. I just haven't fully formed it to have it make sense just yet. But let's tie this into the fact that, well, let's talk about what happened when the nuke goes off. The nuke goes off, and do you think that's the only place that happened?
No. When a nuke goes off, it goes off in, I mean, how
Every
how
direction. And maybe even multiple
Dimensions, right?
dimensions.
many?
Yeah.
Yeah. They
So it
can
shakes
show it
the
across
fabric.
the universe.
That's right.
Yeah.
So
It shakes time, space, or space time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my thought was that, does the linear accelerator do something similar? That's number one. And number two is that many of the isotopes that we made at that facility, because our number one customer was actually medical isotopes for treating cancers. Okay. So when we take that medical isotope and we send it somewhere else to be implanted in another person, what are we actually doing? Are we sending some manifestation of this tulpa that we've may have created, or that may have come through whatever portal we might have opened? Are we implanting it in a body down there? Are we making kind of a makeshift homunculus?
Yeah.
Does that
I've said the
radiation
same
have
thing.
imprints in it, is my question. Which Twin Peaks kind of lets the parasitic bug out of the bag, shall we say.
And that's why
basically alludes to
whenever
that.
the evil Cooper is riding through the desert, and that's when he's about to be sucked back into the Black Lodge, because the radio starts
Yes.
to interact with the power lines.
It's trying to pull him back in.
Right. And
Yeah.
so, but in the forest as well, there's that other portal that you have to be at. I think it's like 2:53 p.m. in the afternoon. I can't remember. It's like a certain day, maybe even a certain day of the month, or and then there's also one above. There's another location where it opens up, and Gordon's standing there looking at it, and then Albert has to pull him away because he's about to go into it, basically.
Yeah, he's getting sucked in.
And it's somewhere else. And so there's multiple locations for this one place, right?
Yeah.
To get to this one place. Evil Cooper is pretty awesome. Yeah, to see Kyle MacLachlan act like that.
Yeah, it's very
Yeah,
it's
dude.
it's jarring. You're not expecting this,
Yeah.
Because I've
Telling
even heard in
someone to
real
suck
life
his
he's
cock, and he's like, I'm gonna kill you.
yeah.
Like, all right.
Because I've heard in real life he's like the nicest guy on the planet.
Oh, dude, I've seen the like fucking reels he posts. It's
Yeah.
him like dancing, like with it's like like funny as shit, dude. He's pretty goofy.
Yeah,
and he
he's
was in
kind of a dork,
Portlandia too.
you know.
Back when Portlandia was funny. Now,
Yeah.
if it's still a show, I'm sure it's awful. And it's also a reality. Like that show manifested what is now Portland.
Well, yeah, but the evil Portland. It's like
it is like
the evil
Black
Cooper,
Lodge,
but we've
Portland.
got the Black Lodge version of Portland.
The
Isn't that
genius
strange?
loci.
Yeah.
Of yeah, dude. It's a tulpa. It's a tulpa for like a location tulpa.
Yeah. Maybe there was a spell cast of some sort that, there's a lot of intersectionality that doesn't require you to chop your dick off that is happening here. So,
well, I mean, yeah, when you talk about nuclear stuff going off in especially the desert, anything I equate anything having to do with the desert and our government or our military with ritual magic.
When we have all these tunnels here, the DNA tests over in Zorro Ranch. I've talked with somebody recently who works at Zorro Ranch, and I obviously can't give their name, but let's just put it this way: they work on the giant. What's with the water? Okay, let's talk about the water real quick.
What water?
AI water. Where does all the water go? Did you know that when an AI facility uses the water, it doesn't get recycled? It doesn't get reclaimed. Where does it go? What happens to it? Why is it no longer potable? If it's just going through a pipe to cool something, what's happening?
Are they stealing our water?
Yeah.
Guys, hoard your water. This is why Austin Picard hoards the water.
Yeah. This is a thing, man.
I've been trying to Austin, I'm on to you.
I've been trying to dig down and say, okay, I don't understand this.
What's up, Kothar?
Thanks, guys. I was like, I don't understand this. When I worked at Intel, we had a full water treatment plant. And literally, we would bring in water from the tap water. We would do whatever, whatever procedures needed to be done with it. And we bring it back and we filter it.
Immense amounts of water to cool?
That's what they say. That's what they say. I'm not believing it now because when water
Benjamin's
cools,
confirming it. So
yeah, you can recover. You can recover the water through a condensation system. You can recover the water, refill it, etc. Right? They're saying you can't. The water goes in, doesn't come back out. It never. Where does it go? What are they doing with it?
They're stealing it.
But I guess my thing is, if you have a reservoir and you're just using it for cooling,
they taking it and doing hydromancy or something.
Yes.
Oh, that was a guess. I was guessing there.
Yes. There's something
magic.
Going on with
it's
the
way
water.
To contact Archangel Gabriel too. That's what Damien Eccles says, at least. He's such a fag.
Well, maybe what they're trying to do is they're trying to tempt some kind of entity back to occupy the AI, because we know the AI kind of sucks, right? It's not that good. As much money as they throw at it, it should be just
it'll never be human.
Well, maybe it doesn't. Maybe that's the point. They don't need it to be human, but they want it to be other than human, supernatural, as it were. So what would you do? Well, you get a bunch of water, or some other thing that is specified that will be able to summon whatever entity you're trying to bring into the AI. That's right. Normally it'd be in a closed loop. Exactly that. But it's not. And they won't tell me why. And I can't nail anybody down about it. I've looked it up a million frickin' times. And I want to know what the hell's going on. Because even the water in a nuclear power plant is recycled. Right? It doesn't really take as much water as you would think. So I'm like, wait, if we can cool a nuclear power plant and recover the water, and we can cool all these processes that we would perform at, say, like a foundry or at like Intel or something, why is it just AI is special and the water just goes away? Where does it go? Why is it not being recovered? Why is it not being recondensed?
Maybe it's being brought up hydromancy, but being used. It's being spells are being cast upon the water, and it's then being, I don't know, put into something else. And I mean, I that's just a guess.
Tulpas, homunculus. That would be the only thing.
A homunculus army.
Well, I mean, again, why does the water just dead end there? Just goes and doesn't come back. What process is this? Explain that. Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, dude. I mean,
so there's a thought that is similar to what we're doing with the little pills that they use for cancer. So there was a thought about the fact that perhaps they intentionally invoke something on these little pills of radioactive material, and then they get implanted in a person. Now the person has their health degenerated by cancer already, right? So if you put some sort of spiritual energy on it, this person will be more susceptible to taking it willingly. They won't be able to fight it because their system's already screwed up. So
this guy's asking about cymatics. Go look up Hans Jenning on YouTube. Kothar. Great fucking scientist. This guy shows you the frequencies from above he used on sand. And as he's changing these frequencies, the sand looks like land masses, like shifting, creating, like it's creating like mountains, and like it's but on a small scale, it's incredible. And then you have these creation stories from certain tribes of remote areas and some bigger areas that, you know, the earth was created through song or hums,
resonance.
Sound frequency,
Yeah,
sound resonance.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
We actually did an episode where we watched the Hans Jenning video about a year back, I think. That's when I was doing live, like 3 and 4 live streams a week. Yeah, man. I love that kind of stuff, man. That when you understand cymatics and you understand that everything vibrates at a frequency, you know, that helps, to be honest with you. You start applying that in your everyday life. Even like certain music, bro, like certain rap music. What is it? The 808.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like a super negative frequency, but it's put in every single rap song now.
It's very close to the frequency that's heard before earthquakes that make dogs go run for cover.
That make people panic.
Yeah.
It's another fucking ritual, guys. It's a pan ritual.
Well, yeah. Yeah. And you know what's interesting is with the cymatics. So let's take a step to cymatics for the micro scale, such as maybe DNA in vitro, right? Or is it in vivo? Yeah, it's in vivo.
What are you talking about? In vitro fertilization? Or?
No, in vivo.
Okay,
in vivo means that it's in the body already. You're going to work on it while the person's alive. So with the terahertz frequencies that they've been able to unlock recently, they're able to actually knock DNA particles out of the DNA strand and like literally make other ones dance back into line with it. So they can almost edit your DNA in real time in your body with these terahertz frequencies.
Yeah.
And it's getting really scary. So there's there may be actually a beam.
What can we do to prevent that? Like, is there anything we can do?
No.
Fuck.
Well,
we're on YouTube. I need to stop cussing so much.
Yes,
I do this.
I've already moderated myself when it comes to that. Otherwise, I'd be effing all the time.
Well, I work on it, but you know, I've been at work all day, 10 hours today, and so we're just hanging out and shooting.
Where are you working? I used to work there as a package thrower.
I don't really talk about it publicly.
No, but I used to be a package thrower at that particular place. Let's put it that way. So I learned all my best four letter words there.
Well, there you go. Yeah, dude. I mean, I'd love to do this full time. Yeah. This would be something that I'd love to wake up every day and just do research and get on here and talk about stuff and build, my community and my audience. But it is what it is right now. It's my path in life, and I'm thankful for it. Very blessed to have it. So I don't take anything for granted.
Well, so by the way, they let the Sheriff Lujan and Phil Chacon out, so now I may have to podcast more often. So
there you go.
if
Yeah,
you
dude,
need,
you can come on with me whenever, man. You're more than welcome.
I'll just come
but
and bug you, come up
that
with
will-
crazy theories.
Well, we have some more stuff to talk about, but before we close out of a couple of them, Kappy,
Yeah.
the direct
Circle
energy
back.
weapon.
Yes.
Now, apparently, the girl that was with him said, Phil Collins, I Can Feel It in the Air Tonight, started playing on the radio. Or no, not on the radio. Out of
Open space.
in the air.
In open space. I did hear that. Yes.
Bro.
Yes.
And he starts losing it.
LRADs
This
can do that.
was his program song. This is the song they used to break him. This song, the song they used, that's the Dead Man Switch. That's the song or not the Dead Man. Well, he had a Dead Man Switch, but
that was basically his self-terminating switch, more or less.
Yeah. More or less.
Yeah. The Manchurian Candidate. That was his what was it? Queen of Hearts or whatever, Queen of Diamonds, right?
Yeah. Well, I just find it interesting that they use that song, and it's like, does each celebrity have their own programming song?
I think so. I think it's part of the deal, I even think there's people high enough. For example, I think there's people just in the regular military that have that situation, because I have met people in military intelligence that literally there was certain types or certain songs would come on the radio and they would lose their shit, or they would literally walk out of the room. We're like, what the hell's wrong with you? What are you doing?
That's weird.
Yeah. Like, I can't be around that song. What? This is before I was deep into it. This is like 1991. I'm like, what is that about?
Maybe they're just really into the song, dude.
No, not into the song. They wanted to be away from it.
You calm down, dude.
Not Phil Collins.
Look,
oh, come on.
Not Phil Collins, man. I'm just talking
I'm gonna
about
play
the
Studio.
Song. Studio, fuck, man. I love
on
it.
loop for like a month.
I love the
that's
Studio,
what they tortured me with.
It's the Studio and the song from Tarzan and what's the other song? Not The Air Tonight. It's another song. It's a good song. Damn it.
What's the one? It's no fun being an illegal immigrant. Or an illegal
Not the
alien.
one I had in mind.
That's one.
But I have to check that one out.
Being an illegal alien. Don't you remember that one where he actually sang it like he had a Mexican accent? It was horrible.
No.
It was horrible, dude.
That one. I'm glad I missed that one. But so what? So did you watch Twin Peaks whenever it came out, right?
I watched it while I was in military intelligence. So, and what's crazy is it was the only thing that was on the TV when it was playing. Like everyone would shut down, everyone would run to the day room, and everybody would watch it. It was kind of spooky. I wasn't really into it at the time.
There's something to that, and if they're aware of the occult, it goes into, because when you watch the show, when you watch the third season, every role is played by like an A-list celebrity. And you're going, I wonder how they afford it. They didn't.
No.
These people lined up to take
I saw
these roles
Bowie in it.
It was part of a greater work, I think.
Yes. When I saw Bowie and I was like, oh, now I'm just...
even Bowie is like, I have to be a part of this. And I want this role of this guy that ends up trapped in this lodge where I'm going to be, like, is that not revelation of the method,
Dark Star, right?
Yeah.
Black Lodge. They sound a lot alike.
Very much so. Yeah, man. I mean, and
is the Black Lodge on a Dark Star? There's the question.
Bowie was very open about being into the occult. He was open about. There's that one interview where he refers to the times as being the Crowleyism of the times or something, and he says it very nonchalantly. It's just like, wow, but very strange individual up there with Prince. And I wonder what their programming songs were.
I don't know. It could be their
probably
own
some
songs.
Creepy like 50s tune.
Well, yeah, maybe. I don't know. Could be. I would say probably they'd use something like
Tiny Tim,
Robert Johnson era
Yeah,
blues
that's
songs.
creepy. Or some little, that who's that guy? That Tiny Tim guy.
Oh God, I hope not.
Yeah, that'd be terrifying, dude. I do think that music. Yeah, they use that.
Dude,
Why
Tiny
wouldn't
Tim,
they?
I think, was a psyop. I really do think it was supposed to be just trigger music.
Okay, we have to get into this, guys. We're an hour in. If you haven't reposted the stream yet, fucking do it. Share it, like it, and yeah. If you want to support the show, you can through the Rumble Rants, and you can donate through buy me a coffee, Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal, as well as patreon.com/greypilledpodcast or greypill.locals.com, where I post all the links to all the streams and all that good stuff. So let's get back into it. Remind me, what were we discussing?
We were talking about Tiny Tim and how it's
And how
very
he's a
likely that
psyop.
his songs were a psyop, that it was so different than what was happening at that time, and the frequencies that were being used, very like sing-songy and very easy to understand, but also with the haunting falsetto going on, right? Yeah,
Fucking,
exactly.
yeah.
I kind of think, what was that other song by that guy,
Deacon.
Izzy? Over the Rainbow. I think that's a psyop song too.
Well, are you talking about the one sang in The Wizard of Oz?
Yeah, but the
I
specifically
was
the
going to say that's
version.
way more than a psyop song, but that's part of a whole ritual in itself.
Well, right, but specifically when they re-released it with Izzy, the big Hawaiian guy.
I don't know this Izzy.
Izzy.
I had a
he
golden
sings-
retriever named Izzy.
He sings it. His name is Israel something or other. Anyway, he sings it with a very low voice, and the juxtaposition of Somewhere Over the Rainbow with the high voice, then being released with the low voice, and it makes you wonder: are they trying to kind of do some sort of yin and yang?
Well,
type
anyone with the name
circling?
Israel is definitely performing a psyop.
Well, and that too. And he came out of nowhere, right? It was, and also too, the connection between Tiptoe Through the Tulips and the Izzy version of Somewhere Over the Rainbow is that it was both done with ukuleles and fat guys.
Well, I was going to say, okay. Oh, wow. Because Tiny Tim was like a real scrawny, fucking, kind of gimpy guy, right?
Well, he became fat later. I think it was still kind of heavy up top. I think he's had like
Are you
skinny
sure?
legs and yeah, Tiny Tim.
Dude.
Yeah, I think he was
Hold
kind of
on.
fat.
Hold on. We're going to
Kinda
look up a
doughy.
picture of this.
Not
this
obese,
freak.
but a little bit, a little bit fat. And Izzy
This
definitely
circus
was.
freak.
With Izzy, he died literally because of
Oh,
complications
God,
from
idiot.
diabetes and obesity. So
Yeah, shout out Toad. He's dead now. It's sad.
yes.
Everyone dies. Tiny Tim. Oh man. Yeah,
He's kind of doughy,
dude.
but
Oh,
he's creepy.
God.
Look at his face. Look at that.
Oh God.
He looks like he's got a kid to sell you on some island somewhere, doesn't he?
Oh,
I got this little
man. Is that
kid
a
for ya.
Budweiser suit?
Yeah. Oh, there's a kid. Well, that's Tiny Tim from Oliver Twist, I think, or something. So, but yeah, creepy, doughy face.
Oh gosh, dude.
He's got the hook nose
Oh,
and the whole
man.
9 yards,
Is
right?
that him in his casket? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Look at that.
what?
He
Okay.
looks seriously demonic, doesn't
Okay,
he?
this guy. Okay, I'm convinced. No one makes a face like this who is not completely out of their mind.
Dude, right?
I don't
can't
care
I don't
what
know if
the
I can
fuck
make
you're
a
doing.
proper face like that. Even if
This
I tried.
isn't just like I make a silly face, make a funny face. No. And
This is
why
let
is
the
his nose so
demon
red?
out.
What's going on?
This is let the demon out. That's what it is.
I mean, bro.
Polish Jewish. Look at that. There it is. Look at that. 1968 Tiptoe there, which he sang in a falsetto. A Polish Jewish garment, daughter of a rabbi, blah, blah, blah. Look at that right there. Happy birthday.
Where?
to
Hold
Tim.
on. Over.
Let's see right there.
Known for his 1968 hit song "Tiptoe Through the Tulips," which he sang in a falsetto voice. Born in Manhattan, New York City, his mother, Tilly, a Polish Jewish garment worker, was the daughter of a rabbi. Had one daughter, Tulip, died at 64.
So he has the connections to the chosen ones, for sure.
For sure. Yeah, you can kind of see that through the physiognomy.
Oh,
but
sure.
That's beside the point. Yeah, dude, that's very interesting. Very interesting. I'm going to probably look further into that. I may talk to somebody who can find some dark shit on old Tiny Tim here.
I'd like to know what Izzy might have been involved in too. You know, I wonder if there's some sort of parallels or something.
Let's take a look at this Izzy guy, because Izzy. Okay. What do I need to put? Izzy
somewhere over the rainbow. I forget what his last name was.
Okay, here we go.
Over the rainbow.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he's massive.
He's huge. This guy, who I didn't know existed, now I don't know how I didn't see him, is.
Yeah.
Oh, so we changed his name to Is.
Yeah.
So he's going by, like, you know, these two letters. It could even be a number,
choice.
right?
Yes.
Could even be a Roman numeral.
Right. The Z, the last of the alphabet.
Oh,
right?
Dude, he's definitely this guy. Definite wizard. Just kidding. But who knows, man? Who knows?
Well, it's not even whether or not he's the wizard.
He was like Big Pun.
Yeah, right. Look at the picture with the rainbow and everything. That's insinuates a few things, doesn't it?
It sure does.
Yeah.
He's gay.
No, I don't know.
I'm just kidding.
Although I don't know if he's sexual at all.
Dude, what's he doing here?
Physiognomy,
Rainbow's coming out of what was that? Like or no, that's just behind him. Sorry. I thought the rainbow was coming out of him. Is it not?
It kind of looks like it's coming out of the garment on his shoulder.
Yeah.
And that looks similar to the garment that the Jews have,
I may be
right?
crazy.
They have that one around your
but
neck.
Look at that tree on the left and tell me that's not a fucking face.
Oh, it absolutely is.
Guys,
yeah.
Y'all see that? That's a face.
Yeah.
That's an evil face. We're uncovering stuff here about Tiny Tim and Izzy. Kamaka Wiwu Oli.
Yeah, Wuole. Yeah. Kamaka Kawa.
Kamaka. Sorry.
I could say it, I just don't like to.
So that is definitely a face. That's not pareidolia. That is a face.
It looks like it's there intentionally, for sure.
Definitely there intentionally. That's what I think.
And don't forget, both this song ties back to, obviously, Wizard of Oz. So
yeah, you can get into Crowley's Liber Oz and all that other stuff, right?
Liber is.
Liber is, dude. You're blowing my mind, Rob. Liber is.
This is why people who do bad things hate me, because I connect things too much. They're like, get this guy away from me. I can't get away with shit.
Man. You're always welcome here, dude.
Well, it's because you're pure. You know what I mean? People who aren't pure, though, they do not like me, dude. They go right at me. I get afraid to go outside sometimes, dude. I've had homeless people literally waiting out over here for me.
Yeah.
I mean,
dude, when I lived in Jackson, when we had my son, I was 21, and we were living in an apartment on the same street as my dad, but we had the first apartment right there next to the road. And so we were sitting out there one day, me, my wife, and my son. I was drinking a beer, and these two homeless guys come walking by. I'm pretty sure they just got out of the joint, and one of them asked me, he's like, "Hey man, you got he asked me something, and I was basically like, "Nah, dude, get the fuck on." You know what I mean? Like, my kid's right here, my wife's right here. Like, you don't no. And he starts telling me how he's gonna kill me, and yeah, but he's walking by. He's not walking towards me because I would have shot him. I could have reached in and directly walked and grabbed my revolver, but he's just walking, just fucking, telling me, hey, he has steel-toe boots on and he's gonna kick my teeth in and all this stuff. And so I don't live in Jackson anymore. Let's say that. I moved to the country.
It's that whole thing. Like, if I go down to Central here, it's some spooky shit. I mean,
so yeah, guys, there's a face
start going around.
Dude, we got to watch this video sometime. Maybe not now because we're on YouTube, but there's a face in the trees, and he has something, a rainbow or something manifesting on his shoulder. It almost looks like, maybe not. Maybe that's just my eyes messing with me. But got any more Jeter juice? Yeah. No, you know me. Don't do that, Q. He may jump off a bridge tonight. Okay.
So do we want to wrap this up real quick with Kappy, because we kind of got off the beaten path a little bit.
Well, yeah, but I still want to talk about the MK Ultra zombies.
Well, it all ties in. I mean, again, it was.
Are you talking about like people who are just in a zombified state, or are you talking about like ravenous, bloodthirsty zombies?
No, I'm well, but we don't know. See, that's the thing. We don't know. There might be, they've done multiple experiments now, and they have all the cards aligned for them right now. Everything from terahertz technology, where they can actually kind of knock around your DNA and change it on you, all the way to the ability to use terahertz technology to do skull, what is that? Voice to skull technology.
Yeah.
But with terahertz technology, because it tends to pass through certain things pretty well, if they have a wide field of frequencies that they can utilize, theoretically, they could actually make it sound like the voices are literally coming in from the inside of your head. And they've already had that happen. They've already been able to do that simply by what they'll do is they'll take two different sources, right? And they'll use constructive and destructive interference, and then they'll pinpoint it together so that way then at that very point is the only point that you can actually hear the audio, right where they converge. And they have technology, digital signal processing technology, that can go ahead and correlate those beams perfectly so that the sound is only coming from one place. They can make it sound like there's somebody in front of you talking to you. I mean,
dude, that is terrifying. Like, I thought the heart attack gun was bad, but
the terahertz, they're working on a terahertz death rate.
What can we do to like stop the terahertz, bro? Like, there's nothing we can do.
No, it's their magic bullet, damn near. I mean, it is very close to magic as you can get. I mean, if you look up even Trump recently, for example, so the fillings in your teeth was due to AM radio reception. So what would happen with the fillings in your teeth is that the AM radio waves would actually concentrate around the filling, and the filling would act like an antenna, vibrate the spit and the thin areas of the filling, and then you would hear radio waves or, even sound. It would act as a diode, because that's really all you need for AM radio reception is a diode. And people would actually start to hear radio stations because it would properly take that signal and demodulate it, and you would end up with sound coming out of your mouth that wasn't yours. So,
I've heard Matt Rife talk about shungite. Would a shungite helmet work?
Maybe.
Would you just have to get a lot of shungite powder and just like coat it?
Well, it's interesting that you bring that up, because there's actually people from MIT that are actually working on 3D printing specialized, basically like a specialized panel that has certain voids in it, and there is some metal content in the 3D printing filament that can actually create basically a very effective stopping device for just about every frequency.
Faraday cage was shown.
And they also have it where they can actually 3D print just based on the geometries within the panel, they're able to 3D print ultralight bulletproof vests. Now, that's another thing they've been doing. But along the way, they found a way to also stop radio waves very effectively of all frequencies. So,
yeah, because I mean, dude, as we get, further and further along into AI, because it's progressed like pretty fucking fast, in my personal opinion. I don't know, man. I just feel like we're gonna see this stuff pick up a lot and be used.
Are we going to need specialized nanites?
That's what I'm saying.
These spiritual entities out of ourselves.
This war is going to go. Or when I say this war, I mean the war that that we fight every day. Obviously, guys, we're in a war with the elites. We know this. They attack us daily, spiritually, mentally, emotionally,
right?
Physically. Yeah, man. And so, this is going into the future with AI and all the drones, drone warfare. It's a scary thing, dude. Like I want to go back, and I've said this a lot lately, to swords and arrows, dude. Take us back. Let's just throw all the guns down in a safe somewhere, and give the world, bow and arrow and swords and axes and hammers.
Technology has been really good at making alternative weapons. I don't know if you've seen any of the semi-automatic crossbow pistols and all that cool stuff they've got.
Well,
now.
that would be cool. Maybe we can keep
really
some
good.
of those.
Yeah. You can actually buy them now.
We can have
They're
some
really
exceptions. You lose a sword fight, you're just like, fuck this, just pull out a pistol and shoot them. I mean, I think we should bring duels back,
We may have to.
To have justice.
We have too many things in our society that can't be resolved. I mean,
duels and
it's
public
not allowed to be resolved.
executions, I think, would benefit us greatly, to set examples and to let people know, hey, you can't just go, I mean, freedom of speech is one thing, but, you see how some of these people are who are either politically aligned on the right and the left. Like, they'll go as far as to, kill you or want to kill you, right? Or to threaten your life, to dox you and your family, all this shit. It's like, hey, bro, come duel me. Problem solved.
There needs to be an outlet. The idea that we're just going to throw everybody in prison is not working. Does anybody notice that? It's not working. The reason why is, again, we're dealing with the spiritual at this point, and you can't just stop it and think it's going to go away just because, I wrote a law. That doesn't mean shit to the spiritual side. That doesn't mean anything.
Right.
These things have got to resolve. And the other thing too is that, Marzulli, right?
L.A.
Marzulli is the guy.
Yeah.
L.A. Marzulli is the guy who went into the prisons and was basically finding about 75% of them were possessed or had some kind of entity harassing them, if I recall. And very controversial because he was actually curing people. That's the most controversial part of it. Is it worked? It's not that he said that there was demons in people or they had possessions or harassments, as it were, from the other side. It was the fact that he figured out how to get rid of it. That's what they're most angry about. It's like,
right.
No, only the medication can do this.
Right. It's like, no, you can't have a cure.
Right.
Just something to slow down, a slow death, right?
And that's what they want. They're trying to maximize suffering. That's why they don't want us to resolve these things with duels or mutual combat or any of that. That's why they don't like MMA. Okay?
Or just a quick lineup on the battlefield and just run into each other.
But that doesn't prolong the suffering.
Yeah, I know.
That brings a culmination of sorts, basically a final, I want to say solution, but oh my God. But it brings some kind of resolution. And that is exactly what they don't want. They like that. They like the fact that we're at each other's throat all the time. Yeah.
Fire Pixie.
I'm sorry. I've been listening to a lot of Hitler speeches lately. I got to watch it. You know what I'm saying?
Yo.
I'm sorry.
Fun, dude.
Oh,
on YouTube.
Yeah. Well, we could say Hitler still, can't we? As long as we hate him a lot, right?
Right. Yeah. No. Bad man.
That MF
Don't listen to the AI speeches.
That's right.
Don't listen to them.
They're all made up. It's
They're all
bad
made up. It's
translations.
not real. Listen to the stuff that this guy put out, Steinberg or whatever his name is. You know, it's a good documentary.
Oh, I haven't seen that one. I may need to watch that because I do watch. Even I do watch a lot of leftist stuff. Though. But
I'm just kidding.
To be true, watch a lot of leftist stuff. Sometimes they tell you exactly what they're going to do. That's like very open.
Right. No, definitely, dude. I mean, when you hear like certain rabbis get up there and talk, and they're just like, communism, that was us. Marxism, that was us.
Yeah.
He's like, may not have been all good, but they're still proud of it.
Read Lenin. He said there is no daylight. There is no daylight between the revolution, communism, and Judaism. It's all the same. If you're anti-communist, you're anti-Semitic. There's no distinguishing it.
You're exactly right, dude. Yeah.
You know, that's Lenin's own words. He said we need to stop being anti-Semitic because to be anti-Semitic is anti-communist and anti-revolution.
This country went from being, against communism to being against National Socialism overnight. You know what I mean? It was put in the plan, dude. All of it was.
Just look at the year that the case Ford v. Dodge was pushed through. It was right during the Bolshevik Revolution. I want to say it was either
they took advantage of a time where there was a lot of chaos.
Yeah. To
make all these moves behind the scenes. And none of us were paying attention. I'll say us. We're paying attention, right?
Everybody was working too hard. It was the Dust Bowl. You know what I mean? The early or the 1900s was not a good time. The 19 teens, as it were, from about basically everybody. So interesting that you bring that up. Let's bring up COVID. They had a pandemic, and they pushed through all kinds of dirty shit in the background. Spanish flu, kind of same thing they did this time.
And you were saying with like the vaccine that there are people that it's changed the way that a lot of people act in many different ways. But there's some people who I've seen that have gotten it that it really hasn't phased. I mean, I don't think they're like unhealthy. So but it really hasn't like affected them at all. What do you think that is? Just like a saline shot? Do you think some of them were just like saline placebo? Because that's what I'm kind of convinced is that and it has something to do, and this goes into like intention, right? Like you had people going back and getting the boosters, and that's what they wanted.
Well, if you saw, like my dad, for example, he was fine when he got the vaccine the first time, gets the booster, bam, instant stroke. Like,
yeah, dude,
same day.
Yeah, my grandma, man, has been having like since she got it, and I told her, hey, please don't get it. Like, don't get any more. I told my dad the same thing, and dude, she's been having like a stroke every like 6 months, maybe less, ever since then. Yeah, man, she's hanging in there,
dude.
But
well, they say even Trump's ankles are swelled.
She's not the healthiest either. She's struggle with weight and all that. So, but man, it's crazy how they're just like not even handing us the poison, just making it readily available. And then people are just willingly just ready to just trust these people that want to kill us.
I mean, have you heard the way some of these nurses talk? Where they were like cheering about Charlie Kirk and all that. I was like, what in the
Those
world?
people should be thrown in a cell in a dark place and left there.
You can't fix that.
People celebrating this man's death. And I've said it, I wasn't the biggest Charlie Kirk fan, right?
Nor I.
But no one deserves to be, taken out like that, in front of your family. And, just it's wild, dude. So anyone who would celebrate that or just say, well, he said bad words, he said hurty words, and it's like, so you kill someone over freedom of speech now. So if the First Amendment doesn't matter, then none of our amendments matter, right?
Well, they've already taken away the Second Amendment. That's why they feel emboldened to take our first. I mean,
Right.
effectively, what is the Second Amendment? Oh, you can have a gun, but go ahead and try and use it. See what happens.
Right, Kothar. Old people are set in their ways.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know. I don't even know. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. No, I don't think so. I think it was just theater.
What?
I think most of what
His
we're
death?
presented with is theater.
His death, or just in
Well,
general?
his death, and then, I mean, his wife. Come on, man. If that's not acting, then
Oh, dude.
then I don't know what is. And it's
Let me
awful acting.
Have you ever been around any females that were highly attractive and just looked into their background a little bit? I mean, they can play the game, but man, there's some dark narcissism in some of them. I mean, no doubt about it. You know?
This is all I know, is that my wife's father was murdered. And 3 years later, she can barely get up on the stand to give her speech to the piece of shit who killed him.
Right. That's
But
normal. That's
this
normal human
woman's
behavior.
husband was murdered in front of her. And then not even a week later, she's like at WWE and like doing award shows and giving these like speeches. And then with the background of being a pageant chick, it's like, yeah, you're an actress. You are. And I've seen people, multiple videos now of body language experts being like, yeah, she's lying. Like, like there's something up here. She keeps like wiping this one side of her face.
Yeah.
She does it 6 times, I believe.
Yes.
Funny number.
Or she's signaling, whichever. We don't know if it's a tick or if it's signaling or if it's some kind of monarch programming coming forward.
Right.
Could be all three, maybe. Who knows?
Veritas Road. What's up, boys? Shouts out Veritas Road. Everybody go follow them. They got their X account fucking nuked. And so
really,
y'all go give them
that
a
still
follow
happens
over on Rumble too and YouTube. They're good guys.
Does that still happen? Are people still getting their accounts nuked? And for what? I would like to know.
What'd y'all get y'all's account nuked for, boys? Well, damn, this is on YouTube, so if we watch it, something fucky will happen with YouTube. So I'll watch it after the stream, guys. Thank y'all. Yeah, even Albert Pike said, when the people need a hero, we will provide them with one.
Well, and there's somebody else who said, well, if a hero does arise, we will be in control of him at some point.
Yeah.
That was, it was not Albert Pike. That was, I want to say it's Marx, maybe. Yeah, prawn homunculus. There you go. Is that what we call that thing in Twin Peaks? Is that the prawn homunculus, perhaps? I don't know.
Which one?
The thing that goes down her throat.
The bug.
Yeah.
That would be a prawn homunculus. Thank you, Deacon, for that. You just helped us name this thing we were talking about earlier. And dude, I'd love to get you back on sometime because I know it's getting late. Well, I don't know. You're on the West Coast, so it's not too late for you.
No, it's only 9:00 here. It's up to you. I mean, you got to go to regular job tomorrow, or?
Yeah, I gotta go to regular job, but we can stay on for a little longer if you want, man.
No, it's cool. I can.
Yeah,
like I said, this stuff I can go all day, man. I've rolled this stuff around in my head for so many hours.
They said inauthentic behavior was the claim. Why their account got nuked.
Interesting that we're talking about inauthentic behavior from Erica Kirk, and here this comes up. That's interesting. Right?
Yeah, for a second I thought they were talking about Erica Kirk.
Right.
I love the Black Ops zombies. Yeah, I don't know which ones I would prefer. Let's see. You got the Black Ops zombies. Then there's the 28 Days Later zombies. Those are probably the most terrifying.
I think we've got those already, kind of.
Yeah.
There's been some mass formation hysteria that has led to that. I kind of think.
And those are similar to the Game of Thrones zombies too.
Yeah. Have you
They're
looked at
just
Have you looked
dead.
at the footage in
Well, no, they're
Portland?
not. Never mind. Those are infected with that one. Well, the 28 years later, I'm not even going to watch that. It looks fucking stupid.
I couldn't bring myself to
Yeah,
watch
yeah.
that one. I was like,
28 weeks later was a good one. That was a good one. Had dude from the Full Monty in it. Can't remember his name.
He
You know what I'm talking about.
He was also in another zombie movie, wasn't he? Like that comedy one? I forget what it was called.
No, he wasn't in Shaun of the Dead.
Shaun of the Dead. That's it. Yeah.
Great movie. I want my zombies like Shaun of the Dead.
So
That's how I want my zombies.
if we're gonna get back to zombies, here real quick, and so if everybody can go ahead and throw stuff out from a dream like it's real, why can't I? Right?
Right.
Who did that recently? Wasn't that Candace? Yeah, Candace Owen said, "I had a dream." Right?
That was Martin Luther King.
Well, and also that Charlie Kirk was betrayed, which is very vague. I was like, that's a dream. That can't you fill in the gaps a little bit, or what? That's kind of vague.
Did you see the text messages that she leaked?
Yes, and I kind of thought those were out there, and then I was like, oh, here we go.
Well, the guy from Turning Point was like trying to deflect.
Josh Hammer. Yeah, Josh Hammer was trying to say, well, it wasn't that big of a deal in context and all that.
Right. Yeah, subliminal. I'm good on that. No World War Z zombies.
No, that's just insanity.
No.
That's not even possible from a physical standpoint. Those zombies would rip themselves apart. It would be like would be like putting a 454 blown engine on like a tricycle.
Well, the secret to that one was to have a disease, and they wouldn't attack you.
That if you had any kind of disease.
Yeah, Brad Pitt found out. He was in enough situations where like hordes of them would, swarm wherever he was. And he would, of course, have time to notice one like sickly looking person that they would run around, that they would like kind of circle and like just act like they weren't even there. And he was like, and he noticed this like bald boy who was real skinny, probably had cancer. And then this old man, they had left him alone. Also with this hobo when he was still in the city before he had left, he saw it with him too.
That's almost like the Andromeda strain. Have you ever heard of the movie The Andromeda Strain? Very similar. No,
I need to watch. So the end, he infects himself with something and then goes and gets he goes to the place. That's probably the scariest part, was getting there, and then grabs the stuff and then goes back with like basically I forgot what he does. He gets something that they need to make the cure, basically, or he gets a bunch of different diseases and like cures for them, various, and brings them back to them, and so they can go and like fight the zombies, and the zombies won't even attack them.
So they intentionally infect themselves.
Yes.
To turn off the hunting mechanism.
Yep. And maybe that'll, maybe dude. And that goes to saying like, with the whole revelation of the method, maybe they're putting some of the stuff out there for if it does happen, their asses are covered or whatever.
Well, yeah, karmically, if you're, following the left-hand path,
in which many of them, if not all of them, I'm sure there's a few right-hand path guys, the ones you don't see hanging with shady, with the other shady celebs, doing the satanic symbolism and all that. Maybe they're doing some one-eye symbolism early on in their career, but they're, Keanu Reeves is a good example of probably a right-hand path guy. But yeah, no, the left-hand path, they're obsessed with the whole, and that's very Kabbalistic too, right? Atonement through sin.
That's right. Frankist, if anything.
Yes. And so they do swarm Israel. I forgot, in the movie, they're in Jerusalem, and Subby with the
Shit.
I mean, yeah, dude. I thought y'all never
I'm
knew
not
that.
gay no more. I am delivered.
Whoa, that one come from?
It's appropriate, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
When you talk about Israel, especially Tel Aviv. I don't know if you ever seen that,
whoa.
but hey, rainbow all day, baby.
Dude, gayest place on earth, isn't it?
Yes, it makes San Francisco look, like the frickin' like we Leave It to Beaver or something.
Yeah.
They did leave it to Beaver, didn't they? They left the Beaver. That's what they did.
What
Anyway.
Fire Pixie? The base zombies only attack certain people.
You know what's funny is about the based thing. That's always kind of bothered me. So the left-hand path is all your base nature. You're accommodating only your base natures, right?
Yeah.
Your base intentions. But then we made based a good thing. And I was like, I'm confused now.
Well, didn't that, and people correct me if I'm wrong, but did that come from Lil B, the Based God, the rapper, who had an album called I'm Gay?
Of course he did.
But then it says in parentheses, I'm happy. But, that's where that came from, I'm pretty sure. Maybe it originated elsewhere before that, and he took it and kind of popularized it in pop culture or whatever. Because I used to listen to Lil B back in the day. And a lot of music around the time I was actually a rapper, a lot of music in the underground rap scene came from Lil B's. He was the influence for a lot of underground rappers. But so was like 3 6 Mafia and all, and
Yeah. So one interesting thing. So speaking of homunculus and things like that, a lot of people don't realize that was the jam at Zorro Ranch, right? So Zorro Ranch, supposedly there's a tunnel that goes all the way from Zorro Ranch, that goes all the way up to the L. Ron Hubbard. It's not a time capsule. It's like not. It's like an underground storage vault. I think it's actually called the Hubbard Vault, and it's connected. And supposedly, they were doing genetic experiments and or collecting genetic information from all these high-level scientists from places like Los Alamos, etc. And how they were doing it was supposedly they were having them have sex with these 21 at a time. Interesting number, 21 at a time. These females that they would bring in, and
that's a Crowleyan number.
Yeah, so bring them in 21 at a time, and then these guys would, have their relations with them, and some of them were supposedly impregnated, some of them weren't. I knew a guy who said he saw 8 semi trucks full of medical equipment being delivered at Zorro Ranch, and we're talking about in like 2014-ish, 2015-ish range, in there sometime. And I didn't really know about it at the time, so I just kind of went, well, that's weird, but maybe he's setting up a clinic or something.
Was Epstein making portal babies, dude?
That's where I'm going.
Was he making moon children?
Let's get into that, shall we? So, or homunculus or whatever.
Homunculi, yeah.
Homunculi, yeah, of sorts. Have you ever watched the movie The Demon Seed, where the AI decides it needs a body and it forces a woman to carry its genetically altered baby?
I have not seen it.
Dude, that's a big one. And by looking at what was going on and putting the pieces together, it looks like something like that was going on at Zorro Ranch. The only difference is they were basically using, purposefully chosen donors, etc.
Right.
In this endeavor. Supposedly, so the water licensing permit for Zorro Ranch is for we're talking about water again now, so here we go. It's supposedly like this gigantic amount of water it uses that far outstrips even the uses for like a fully operating farm or ranch. Right? Obviously it's not functional anymore. So they're still pumping all this water. Where's the water going? We're at that water thing again, right? Where water's going to places, or it's being pumped out, it's being permitted.
They're stealing more water?
Dude, I'm on the water thing. This is a thing. I always find when there's weird shit going on, and there's podcasts I've been on back in like basically early COVID, like in 2020, where I'm like, what's this water thing? What is with this? This seems very strange. Why is there a guy that I know who works on those water turbines? They're giant water turbines being run off of these like 600 horsepower diesels. And they've got like 10 of these pumping stations, and they run 24/7. I may or may not have looked at them with a thermal at night to see if they were actually running or not. And we'll just leave it at that. So
interesting. No, it doesn't surprise me at all that Hubbard had a vault in the desert. I mean, dude, he was out there jerking off with Jack Parsons.
Yep.
They were jerking each other off and then like wife swapping, I'm pretty sure.
But that was before
Some
the
fucking
bomb went
Edward
off.
Kelly shit.
That was before the bomb went off. When the bomb went off, if I recall, that's when he started branching his cults out into the New Mexican desert. So,
oh shit.
Which then ties back into Twin Peaks. What exactly did the bomb change that makes this place attractive to these people? Other than the fact that you get a bunch of very smart people who are incels typically and don't get laid.
Okay, so
manipulate easily.
if the girl in the desert is Sarah Palmer, Laura's mom, it has to be. That makes sense why Bob attached to Leland, her dad, when he was a kid.
Yeah.
It got to him when he was a kid. As a child, children have way more clairvoyancy than any
They're receptive.
adult,
Yeah.
Unless you're a shaman or whatever. But I mean, it makes sense to me. And so Laura was this, like, I don't know, was she here's a deeper question. Was she a product of the Black Lodge?
Could she be a trans-dimensional scarlet woman?
Dude, yes. I was just about to bring up the Scarlet Woman, dude.
Yeah.
Because when you look at Laura at first, and dude, I mean, at first you kind of see this innocent girl, but when you watch Fire Walk with Me, I mean, this girl is coked out all the time. She's hooking up with everybody.
Yes.
Like every man is just in love with her. They would kill for her. Her doctor, her dad.
Yeah. Well, that's a New Mexico phenomena too, by the way, but we'll get into that later.
Yeah. The guy who she delivers food to all the time.
Yeah. Everybody's captivated, spellbound by her, as it were.
Yeah.
Right?
James, Bobby, dude, it's and to not be really in the show at all, like, her being the main character, basically. Some people would argue and say that Cooper is the main character, but I'd say that Laura is the main character, at least of the first season in Firewalk. I mean, now I don't know. You could argue the second season that Cooper is the main character. Third season, Cooper's definitely the main character. Without a doubt. Cooper and our boy.
Yeah. Trans-dimensional scarlet woman. That's what comes to mind to me every time I watch it.
Still here?
Yes, we're losers. Thank you.
Still here, bud. We're probably about to get out of here in a minute, guys.
Yeah.
So do you have anything coming, dude? Do you have anything? You have a channel, right? You have a channel on YouTube or Rumble?
I have a channel on Spotify.
Spotify.
I might. Obviously, I'm going to have to start podcasting more because I'm getting to that Kappy situation right now.
Well, get more into that, dude. You're more than welcome to come on here whenever, man. Just book with me.
Okay.
shoot me a message and let me know, because for some reason this thing doesn't let me know as soon as you book with me. It lets me know like the day after. I don't know why.
Really?
Or like before the show, it'll let me know. But when you book with me, it doesn't send me a notification. Maybe I can change that in there.
Because I was going to use Calendly too for mine, because I want to start bringing on.
Well, it works good. You know,
Yeah,
you
it
can
seems to
edit
work
your
all right.
hours. So during the week, since I work till 7 every day,
Jeez.
I have 8:30 to basically like the latest you can book a show is 11.
Yeah, I saw that.
Monday through Friday. Yeah, it sucks, but it is what it is. But then Friday, I put a little later for you to book a show. If people want to do a show at 1 a.m. on a Friday, I will do that. And then this, Saturday, Sunday, all day, obviously got those open. But so you have Spotify, and then you're on Twitter as well.
Yeah, and I'm on YouTube also.
You're on YouTube. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so YouTube I haven't been using because I wanted to see which direction they were going, because I know I was going to blow the hell out of that channel if I go on with my normal stuff. So I was a little concerned, I guess, what direction it was going to go.
Well, I just subscribed to you. You have 33 subscribers now. So Illuminati confirmed, guys.
There you go.
Rob is exposed.
And I'm a Fed too.
And he's a Fed.
And I'm a trans-dimensional gay man who's actually straight. Thank you.
That too.
Yeah.
All right. So y'all go over and follow him on his YouTube. Get a subscriber count, or just don't and leave it at 33. And then no, go and follow Rob, guys. I don't know if there's anything that you wanted to plug before we got out of here in a minute.
No, just I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you. I appreciate the NDS guys for basically bringing me back into podcasting again, because I had completely lost my way on it, man. And it's good to run into good people again.
That's good, man. No, dude. And these things happen for a reason, I believe. That you just don't meet people by chance. I don't know, maybe when you're younger or while you're learning, but as you get older and you start to come to certain realizations about things and discover certain truths, have more discernment. You things happen for a reason. Things fall into place.
Yeah.
That's what I've come to realize. Dougie is the main character. Yeah.
Well,
JC.
interesting. Yeah. He's kind of homunculus.
He's Dale's
Gollum-esque.
Tulpa.
Yeah.
He's Dale's Tulpa, right?
They actually call him a Tulpa, but it's kind of. But is he still physical? That's the thing. Like Tulpas aren't supposed to be completely physical.
He is still physical. Well, Tulpas can manifest. They can manifest physically. There's been writings about I forgot her name. She's some theosophist lady.
Blavatsky?
It's not Blavatsky. It's not Annie Besant. I forgot who she was. Talks about going to she was in where why am I going blank on it? Not Taiwan. What's it called? The Dalai Lama dude.
Oh, Tibet.
She was in Tibet, and she spent about 6 months manifesting this like Friar Tuck looking dude. Like he looked like a jolly monk, had a bald spot, which is symbolic of a halo, by the way. That's why they would shave the top, or they would have their hair like that. It's because it's symbolic of a halo, and the crown of thorns and all that stuff. Anyway, so at first this monk was like real jolly, and people started to see him. They'd be like, "Hey, who's that guy that walked by the door just a minute ago?" And she's like, "Oh, that's but then he started to do like little trickster things, little like playing pranks on her around that, like having his own malicious intent for things and personality, basically. So she had to destroy him. I don't know if that involves ceremonial magic or whatever, but I'm sure there's some kind of process to it. but yeah, that people started to see him. You know,
so he manifested independently at some point.
yeah,
That's,
and there's some talks about these tulpas can be inhabited by astral elementals.
now
like
I wonder
rogue elementals.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my question has always been, can it be passed around like a dirty girl during prom? You know, like
Tulpa.
can the tulpa be basically imbued with different spirits at different times? Because that would
I don't
explain a
know.
few things in Twin
Would you-
Peaks, but they don't really.
Maybe.
know?
I don't know if you'd have to create a new one. I did like 3-4 episodes just on egregores, tulpas, servitors, all that stuff, man. Like
Wow.
had a blast with it. But yeah, dude. No, guys, thank y'all for coming and hanging out with us. I was gonna say you can follow me on X at greypilledpod, Instagram, greypilled_podcast. I was gonna say, Rob, if we keep talking, we're gonna talk for another hour.
Yeah. Sorry.
You're good, brother. You're good. Rumble, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Go over there. Leave me good reviews. Follow me. Like I said, guys, like the video, share it. Patreon.com/GreyPillPodcast. Also over on Locals. You can support the show there. Shouts out. Let me we got a new we have a new patron, guys. Oh, well, Farmstead. Shouts out Stacks. Thank you, Stacks. Join the $2 here. I appreciate it, brother. Okay, cool. Let's see. So now we got 2 people. So Stacks, Farmstead, and Mark Miller joined the $25 tier. Thank you, Mark.
Hell yeah.
I just doxed your name, but it doesn't matter because you're not online. Then there's probably 100,000 Mark Millers in the United States. So, but shouts out, Mark. Thank you, sir. Let's see. Friday night, guys. Ani Osaru is on the Occult Rejects at 8:30 Central. Y'all come hang out. Saturday morning, Esoteric Book Review. Evola, right? I think we were reading Evola. That's what we ended up on. Headless Giant wants us to read the Golden Ass, so we may have to do that, guys. So that's Saturday morning, 9:00 Central. Everybody, that's Patreon only. Maybe Patreon only this week. I may stream it live to just Rumble and then make it private after. May not do Twin Peaks this weekend because Babylon is recording my wife's podcast. She's recording an episode, maybe 2. And she may join me Sunday. I believe it's going to be at the same time, 1:30. I'll be sure to call Brian. He gave me he gave me permission to call him. He was like, call me right before the show. Let me know the day before, because he was busy this last Sunday. As y'all well know, we had a few cancellations this last week. It was very discouraging. But we got him coming on Sunday. Demon Erasers. I'll let everyone know the time, a more specific time. But yeah, guys, a lot of cool stuff coming this month. I have some more episodes in the works. Some more Sound Sciences. Me and Thomas, I think, are gonna redo. Which one? Episode 4, I believe, was my episode, the first Sound Science that I came on and then stayed as the co-host, which we covered Stoner Metal, Sleep, Electric Wizard, Orange Goblin, The Sword, and what was the 5th one? Church of Misery or some other band. I don't know. But we weren't listening to the music at the time. We were reading the lyrics. We were looking at the album covers, but we weren't listening to the music at all. Because we did on episode 5 and it got flagged. We did it on Punk Rock with Gordy. And but yeah, we're going to redo it to where we can listen to it. And it's going to be a good time. And we got some more on the way. Promise everybody, one with Ass Butt in November. We'll get that booked. Promise. But Anyway, yeah, guys. Oh, yeah. Go to paranoidamerican.com/discount/graypilled for 10% off as well. And I hope everybody has a good rest of your week. Hopefully, I will see you guys Friday night. Oh, yeah. Let me raid Not Nice Guy. Give me a second. 2 seconds. Let me get this guy. Buddy of mine, he's streaming over there on Artificial Dissemination. You guys go check. He does a hump day hangout where he just shoots the shit, kicks it. Here I'm going to okay, there we go. That was weird. All right, so let me raid. Okay, that didn't work. Hold on. Paste. Okay. Sorry, Rob.
Sorry about what? I'm just chilling.
Okay, you're just chilling. This dead air guy. Sorry, I'm raiding another live stream right now. Confirm raid. All right, everybody, have a good rest of your week. Hopefully, I'll see y'all this weekend. And stay gray-pilled, guys. Later.
Spread the word with propaganda packs, all for just $40 shipped at paranoidamerican.com.
Paranoid propaganda packs. We got facts on these sticker slaps. So grab yourself a stack and go attack with these paranoid propaganda packs.
These huge all-weather slaps will last in public for years to come. Remind citizens that birds are not real. Self-immolation is an option, and might make you magnetic. Do your part and get a propaganda pack today from paranoidamerican.com.
Paranoid propaganda packs. We got facts on these sticker slaps. So grab yourself a stack and go attack with these paranoid propaganda packs.
What are you waiting for? Go to paranoidamerican.com right now and get a paranoid propaganda pack.